Hello everyone, my name is Anish Rana and you are watching Free Kubernetes web series. If you are new in my channel, then let me tell you that I have already uploaded several topics on my YouTube channel. If you want to gain knowledge, then you may consider to watch my. Let's start today's topic, that is CKAD exam. If you are watching this video, then you are about to give or planning to give CKAD exam. Thus, it would be good to know from which topic Linux Foundation will ask you question in the exam. The first one is application design and build, and it has a weightage of 20%. Second would be deployment. Again, it is 20%. Maintenance percent. Application environment configuration and security. It has a weightage of 25%. Thus, it is very important. One. The last is service and networking. You may get all these information directly from the linuxfoundation.org webpage. Let me show you. This is the link that I have pasted. And if you click on see more, see all these values. Again, if you click on plus, that all these topics have several divided into subtopics. And also, if you want to do practice, then you can click on killer.sh and then log in scenario. It will ask you to log in into that. Once you log in, you will get several options. You can click on CKAD. Let me show you here. Once you enter your email ID, they will send you one email in your inbox. You need to click on that email. You will receive this type of email inbox, whether you are using Gmail or mail, whatever. Just need to click on here. It will open a new tab. And if you scroll down, you can click on CKAD. Let's click on this. But it says that this playground will always have some same version as currently in the Linux Foundation exam. I have already logged in. Okay, so I need to log in here again. Email ID. Need to enter your email ID. Now I have logged into killercoda.com and here you can do the practice from desktop, editor and start. Scenario. What would be the scenario here? Scenario is here Vim setup, how to set up Vim for CKAD exam, SS basic, detailed context, work with different cubes, context, board and resources, config map, and other things. You can play on this. So let's go back to our previous topic, that is CKAD here. Now I have copied all the content in the PPT and you will can download this PPT from my GitHub page or devops-wala.com website. These are the topics that I have segregated here. Let's start with the very first one, that is application design and build. It has a weightage of 20% as I stated. What type of question they may ask from this topic? In exam, you must use context. This is the command that we can use here. Will config use context this. Just copy paste in the exam. Here the question is, a web application require a specific version of Redis to be used as a cache. Whatever reason, they can change the statement. Create a pod with the following characteristics and the container should be in running state. The pod must be in core namespace. It means that we need to use namespace. The namespace has already been created. Don't need to create namespace. The name of the pod should be web app and it should use Redis image or with the 3.2 tag. Expose the container port 6309. If you're not aware about that, I believe that this is the simplest question they will going to ask you. But yes, if you're not aware about the YAML file, then you can open the kubernetes.io webpage. It is allowed in the exam. Click on documentation and search pod YAML file here. Kubernetes.io webpage, click on documentation here. After that, pod YAML. Open the first link. If you scroll down, you will see that this is the YAML file. Just copy and paste it in one file like this one and modify the values. Like the name of the pod should be web app and the image, whatever they will going to ask you, just put it over here. And when they says with tag 3.2, it means that you need to add colon here. That is colon 3.2 and the port number is container port 630. And whatever the port they may ask you, just need to update all these values and then run this command. And here one can observe that in this manifest file, I have not mentioned namespace here. You can also specify when you're going to create the object from create or apply option. You can specify minus and core. This is the second way we can add the namespace here. I just want to highlight here, but people are more comfortable while writing here namespace here. And then for kubectl get pod minus and core, notice that your pod is in running state. If this is the output, it means that you have completed this question successfully. The other way is that you can also simply run this command kubectl run web app. This is my pod name hyphen hyphen image, the image whatever is mentioned in the question, hyphen hyphen port 6309 minus and core. It will also create the port. If I am giving the paper, then I will use this command instead of YAML file here. So it is very easy to execute the command and it saves some time. In this topic, they may ask you to create a deployment daemon set or cron job. I believe that they will going to ask you create a deployment. So let's take an example for deployment. This type of question, it may be asked you, but the statement would be definitely changed. You need to create a one deployment under the namespace of this one. The namespace is already created, thus you don't need to create namespace. Name of this deployment is nginx. Configure with 5 replica. Configure the pod with container image of this one. Set the environmental variable this. Expose that port for the container above. Till here the question is very simple, but here the catch is coming. We need to add the environmental variable here. How we can do this thing? Just go to kubernetes.io webpage. Here you need to search deployment env, hit enter, open the first link, or maybe you can open another tab. If you scroll down, you will see this environmental syntax. This is what we required. Now in the terminal, we can use the command line to create the deployment here. The namespace is this one. So let me copy the namespace here. CTL minus n namespace is this one. We are going to create deployment, right? So create deployment and the name of the deployment is nginx with 5 replica hyphen hyphen replica tab. In exam tab will also work. When you tab, it will auto complete syntax. Image is, let me remove here. Now the image is this one. Hyphen hyphen image tab equal to this one. Port number, it is says 8000 hyphen hyphen port equal to this one. Now minus O is for YAML file output hyphen hyphen dry run equal to client. Copy this till here. No need to copy this one status, or maybe you can also remove this resource. No need to copy this one also here. Copy this one. and paste it on one file, any file.yaml. You can name it anything. Control C. Now open this file, any file. Now go to web page. Here copy env syntax, and it is the indentation is image beneath image indentation. Paste over here. Press enter. It should be name like this one. Control C. In exam, the name of my variable or key is this and value. It's in double quote, so we will going to also use double quote here. It's 8000. The question here 8000. And expose the port number container port is above 8000. This is what we have added here. Container port is 8000 here. That's it. Save and execute this. Apply -f any file. Just wait for 1 minute and after that execute ctl get deployment -nkd whatever. It says it takes some time here. Either we can use some, we have very less time, get pods. In some minute you will observe that this pod is working fine. Let me use -w of watch. Now my pods are running. It took some time, I don't know why. Let me show you here again. All are running here. If I execute the previous command, that is deployment, all are running, and this is what it is required. For 5 ports it must be running here. Let me log in into one port here so that we can validate that environmental variable are there or not. Ctl execute -it container name and then -n namespace. Here environmental variable is set here. Nginx port equal to 8000. It means that we did this question correctly. Let's move to next topic, that is understanding multi-container pod design pattern. Example sidecar, init and other. I believe that you will get one question from sidecar. So let's deep dive into this topic. Given a container that write a log file in format A and the container that convert log file from format A to B. Create a deployment that run on both containers such as log files from the first container are converted by the second container emitting log format B. It means that they are indirectly saying that you need to create a sidecar container. Here the task is create a deployment name this one in the default namespace that include image is this, container name is this. After that include a sidecar EasyBox 1.28 image and the name of the container should be sidecar 2. Mount a shared volume temp log directory on both containers which does not persist when the pod is deleted. It means that they are asking us to create a volume empty dir. Instruct the web one container to run the command. This is the command that we need to run, which should output to log temp log input.log in a plain text format with example values. Solution. As of now, we know that we need to create a sidecar. For that reason, you should open the kubernetes.io webpage and search for logging architecture. In the browser, I open the kubernetes.io webpage, click on documentation, and here you need to search for logging architecture. Logging architecture is here. Open in a new tab and then go and find the YAML file which has 3 containers. Let me show you. Here it is. Now we have 3 containers. One is this, second one is this, and the first one is this one. Let me paste the question here. We need to create a deployment here, right? And in the web page, the given example is for port. This is the reason we can create a deployment from command line. how we can do this thing. Kubectl create deployment, and the name of the deployment is this hyphen image equal to egbox 1.28. This is for web 1. Hyphen o, it means o is for output YAML file. Hyphen dry run equal to client. Copy the output till here, can leave resource and status and sidecar.yaml and paste here. Now go to the web page of kubernetes.io, and we need to change the container name. What is given here? Web 1. Whatever the name of the container it is asking us, we just need to modify the name here like this one. After that, it says that this should run one command here. If you're not familiar with this while loop, then what you can do here, Control C, and we can save this file here for a moment. While loop, copy here. After do, we don't require semicolon here. Sleep time and done. Okay, we don't have this directory here, temp log directory here. For the moment, let me create one directory. In exam, it should be there. Now execute this command again and close. Let's see what is happening here. Temp log. We should see the output what we have written here. Or we can check if we remove this one. It should be for 10 seconds. After that, it will paste. We will observe one new value here. Let's wait for a couple of seconds. Now we can see that a new line is appear here. It means that my command is good. What I can do here, I can copy this line and paste it over here. Open the sidecar YAML file that we have created earlier and go to web browser. How we can do this? The argument field. Let's copy this one. This is the easiest way, and this arg is the indentation of image. So let's go here and paste this command here. And inside this single quote, remove everything and paste, copy this line and paste over here. That's it. Press enter. After that, we need to copy the volume mount. It is again the indentation of arg. Go back and paste here. Enter. Name. Copy one by one so that we will not observe any, we will not get any error message. Mount path. This is what it is given here. Mount path should be temp log, right? Copy this line, this value. After that, in the end, we need to copy this volume, and volume is the indentation of container section. It should be colon. Name should be same for the volume and volume mount. Varlog, and then empty dir. What it is asked. Save this file. Now, if we create this deployment, we should see that our deployment is in running state. Let's check the deployment. Wait for 1 minute. Now check this deployment again. Now it is running here. TTL get pods. It is also running. Now if we go inside this pod, And if we execute df space minus h, we should see that our mount is here. If we go inside this directory, we are observing this output here. It means that our deployment is running fine, but as per the question, we need to create a sidecar. So let's understand why they are asking us to create a sidecar. Let me show you here. Let me kubectl get pod, and if you use ctl log, you are not observing any log. The reason behind is that in the command we are appending all the output into one directory. We can also add another command here to tail minus f this file name. But as per Kubernetes principles, we should give one task to one container only. It happens sometimes that both the commands demand the same libraries. For that reason, we should create a separate container for each task. So let's go to our sidecar manifest file. After this line, we need to create a new container. For that reason, what we can do here, we can copy this, and the indentation is with name that we need to adhere it. The indentation is same with this. Image name is same. This is what it is asked in the question. So I don't need to modify anything here. Argument. And this is what it is doing, tail minus n plus 1. It means that it will print the output last one line. By default, tail command print the 10 lines. But when we use minus n option, we can modify the default values. For in this question, it is print only last one line. Now here we need to modify this value. It should read this log file, right? And volume mount. This container should use the same log file. It means that we need to define the same volume mount that we have defined earlier. And the path is temp log. That's it. Save. Now again apply. Now the output is configured. Previously it was created. CTL get deployment. Let's execute this command again. Now we have one pod get deployment, kubectl get pods. I should see two container beneath this deployment. Let's check kubectl. And also I did one mistake here. Let me tell you one thing here. What is the mistake here? I did the name of the container. What it is demanding is sidecar 2. That's it. Now again apply kubectl, apply minus f the YAML file name. Now execute this command kubectl get pods. Now both the containers are recreating. Let's wait for 1 minute. Now both the containers are running and the previous one is deleting. Let's check this pod kubectl logs and the pod name minus c. We know our container name. Minus c is for container name. And if I hit enter, I should see the output like this. If you observe the output is like this, it means that you have successfully created the sidecar. If I check the first container, that is web 1, I should not see any output here. In practical scenario, what it does, this first container generate the log file and append into one file. The other container use the tail minus n command and produce the output of this log file that you can see in the logs of second container. Let me check again here. Now the output is increasing. That's it. What it is required from us. If this is the case, then congratulations, you have completed the question of sidecar easily. This is what I have mentioned in my PPT here. You can add both the container in real time. It's up to you how you want to create this manifest file. And also I have copied here. Just for information that I will upload my PPT on my GitHub page. I will add the link in the description. Let's move to next topic, that is utilize persistent ephemeral volume. In this type of topic, they may ask you create a config map and consume the config map in a pod using volume mount. Please complete the following. Create a config map named this one containing key value pair, and the key is key 3 and value is value 2. It may be changed in the exam. Create a pod name this one and containing a single container using nginx image and mount the key just created into the pod under directory some path. Any path they can give you. What you can do here? Again, open the kubernetes.io webpage and search for config map. After that, you can create the config map with the help of command line. Create config map, and the name of the config map is this my config. Yeah. Hyphen hyphen from literal equal to key equal to value. After that, we can create the pod like this, and volume mount is name is foo whatever, and the mount path is some path. This is what it is given in the question, and the volume is name is foo, and here we config map. In the previous example, we used mtdr, but here we are using config map, and the name of the config map is this one, my config. That's it. Just just create this object with the help of YAML file, whatever you have created, and that's it. When you do, you'll get pod or PO. You will observe that your pod is in running state. If this is the case, it means that you have completed this question successfully. Let me show you here. Config map. Open up, scroll down. That there is one pod, and you can use this value, or maybe you can use scroll down. You'll observe a neat and clean like this. Just copy this YAML file and update the value as per the question given. That's it for this question. And this is what we have CKAD exam preparation for the first topic application design and build. And it has the weightage of 20%. Thank you very much. Bye bye.